Mr. Bagonza.
Greetings to everyone on the on this space. It's a blessing. Greetings, His Excellency.
Greetings, my brother.
Yes, we give thanks. First of all, I would like to thank Bobby Wine for always standing and always championing causes like this because he cares for the country. And I would also like to thank, personally, I'm not even going to say much, but I would like to thank the people that standing because the youth are resolute because they are hungry for the truth, you know, and they're hungry for change in how our our members of parliament are acting. Most of our leaders are acting. They are resolute because they are hungry for that, and the leaders still refuse to do what they ought to do. They instigate and abuse when they ought to diffuse the problems that are piling up on me and you. And then they seemed shocked by the things we choose to do, as if we ain't supposed to be, as if we ain't supposed to be offended by their moves. Guys, we're offended by how these people move, and it's really sad that they want to tell us how to react. How can you ask me to react the way you want me to react when what you're doing is wrong? People are placed in positions to actually make sure that the life of Ugandans is easier, is softer. People can find a way to actually feel happy being in their country. People in Uganda no longer feel like you can make it in Uganda. That's why so many people are leaving Uganda. You have so many Vakadam. Why you're having all these things happening is because people don't have hope in making it down here. But politicians have hope every single day because every money that comes in, that they get, all this money that they get, foreign funding that should help the many, helps the few. And it's really sad. And when you see our own president stand and be against us when we actually championing this cause, saying, you know what, we do not like what you guys are doing. The president of Uganda came into power saying that he's fighting things like corruption and unfairness. When we come and say we're fighting that, he should be joining us immediately. Because what we are fighting for is the thing he stood for when he was coming into power. It's only right for him to also be on our side, but he's not. Because I think he's very, very aligned with the people who are doing what they are doing. And then he pretends that he cares that there is change or there is corruption, it's really, really bad. We had a match. He also had a match. Why shouldn't people march to the parliament when they are actually showing that they are frustrated by the parliamentarians? Why? Why should it be hard? Why should people be in prison? As we speak, we have so many of our friends in there, and it's really, really sad. I pray that a day comes where many of us can stand. Because the problem we have is that whenever some stand, others don't stand. And it's really one of the things that really hurts the most. The first time we had a match with Bobby Wine, were so many people. And the time came for us to actually move, and we were like 10, to be honest. We were joined by other people as things were going on who didn't even know what we were up to. But because of our voice and what we came up with, they joined us. I just pray that many of us stand because what we are standing for is a noble cause. It's not something that we are trying to hate on Museveni. Personally, I don't hate the president. I hate his doing. I hate how he runs the state, but I don't hate him as a man. There is no hate in my heart. I don't think I would feel like, oh, you know what, I don't like the president. We respect him as an elder, but we don't respect his acts. We do not respect how he runs the country. We do not respect how he protects the people who do evil to the country and the people. Because what is going to happen is that, and we all know, this is what I'm telling you, something you already know. We all know that every money that is coming from outside Uganda to come here and help us, that is actually stolen and all that, it's us that are going to pay it. We, the younger people, these people are going to be dead already. It's going to be us to suffer. And if we don't stand now, before things get worse, we have a problem. And most of these parliamentarians have to be put to book, to be honest, because most of them don't respect their positions. They were put in positions to do good by the people. And what are they doing? Most of them can't even sign a bill so that they go out there and see how they can table a topic like corruption. And some of them can't even sign because some of them are part of NRM. And with NRM, I think there's a lot of group thinking, which is really, really bad, where people join a thing and just think as a group. You have to think as an individual because you are voted by your people in your area. You have to respect them and stand for them. I pray we have more people in the parliament that really respect Ugandans, respect the money that comes in to help Ugandans so that it does what it's supposed to do. We talk about corruption, we don't talk about theft. This is theft. It is way past corruption. This is theft. And those are my words. I don't want to say much, but I've already said much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Apass, always. Thank you for always being vocal. Mr. President, would you like to come in?
I'll just to salute Apass. Apass, thank you very much for saying those things as an artist. Sometimes I hate the fact that I am, a politician. I hate calling myself a politician, but it takes away a lot of my moral authority because the truth that I say is very easily vulgarized as, you are no politics. But when an artist like Epas comes out to speak about these things, it makes a lot of sense, and I would encourage other creatives, sports people, celebrities to speak this truth. Those are things Muhammad Ali did. These are things that Miriam Makeba did. I was watching at. I know we idolize Nigerian artists, but I saw Nigerian creatives coming out to fight against a squad that was called Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SWAZ. SARS is a certain police unit that was terrorizing and killing people. And Nigerian young people, rose to the occasion, including young people. And it became trendy, it became fashionable to fight for what's right. Interestingly, artists in Uganda, I saw them hashtagging End SARS because it was trendy. The same artists that are silent today when their fans are being arrested, sodomized, when their young fans are in prison today for fighting against corruption, which also affects those very artists. So thank you very much, Apass, for raising your voice. And I hope many other fellow creatives will pick a lead.
I'm humbled. Thank you so much.
All right. Let's have a question from LM Dada. Please, if you have any questions for the President, keep requesting for the mic. We have some few minutes to go. We shall take it.
Thank you, Dr. Morgan, for hosting this space. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, Ugandans and friends of Ugandans, wherever you are. I would like to thank His Excellency Robert Chagulanyi for sparing time to come and speak to this cause that, has, aroused, many youths in the country. And many youths have been organizing the past week. And we're going into the second week. I want to quickly, make two requests to the president. One, this movement has been, seen so much, as something that is, online, and a selected class of people participating in it. And we know that your voice goes, far and wide, especially, on the people on the downtrodden. I'm only asking you to, lend your voice to us seriously, like more times, especially in this time now that we are intensifying the request, for corrupt leaders to step down and be answerable for all the crime they've done. Secondly, this is almost like a question. As a leader of the National Unity Platform, I am sure that you know the impact of Mpuga being the leader of the front in parliament for that while. In retrospect, when you think about it, do you think that, for example, if it was Joel to start right from the beginning, or let's say Zake, or a genuine person who is really, hell bent on fighting corruption and misleadership, do you think we would be in a different place right now? And also, what can we do to dishonest leaders, you know all the corrupt people like Anita Among, and you've been close to people like Mpuga. What else do you think, what other approach apart from walking to parliament do you think we can probably walk to their homes? Can you give us any clue or anything you think about that? Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. About the request that you made, man, we owe it to you. We owe leadership to you, especially me. You elected me. Many people that elected me, I owe them a service. So just remind me when you see me forgetting, because even we leaders, every once in a while, we have to be reminded. I'm always here. I am happy to speak more and act more. Unlike I was saying, I'm at pains that I've not joined you already. Because first and foremost, we want this to be organic, to be a people-led revolution. But we as leaders are also willing to play our part. We just don't want to own this. We don't want this to be an NUP thing. We don't want this to be a Bobby Wine thing. It should be, for lack of a better word, people power. It should be the power of the people. But we are fully in support, fully in solidarity, and anytime we are required, we are up for service. Asking about our former leader of opposition and whether we regret appointing him. No, we don't regret, because in life you get one thing when you take a step. You either win or you learn. Now we didn't win with him, but we learned. We know how to go about issues. We made a test, such as serious test. We are thankful that we took a firm moral stand, and it's on that background that we still today to claim our integrity. Would it be better if it was Joel Senyonyi from the beginning? I am not God. And neither am I saying that Senyonyi is a saint. We continue to pray for him, but most importantly, hold him accountable. So also you keep praying for us, but also hold us accountable. Because, one dictator was asked, why did you become a dictator? And he said, nobody stopped me. So anybody can get spoiled at any time if nobody stops them.
Thank you, Mr. President. Can we have another question from Motuzo? Motuzo?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
So
Yes.
I hope everyone is well given the circumstances. Mine is not really a question, it's more of an announcement. I'm sorry if that's not allowed, but given the reach that this has, I thought this would be a good opportunity to mention this. Court hearings for the bails for the guys that were arrested start tomorrow, and given how much we need for the bails to be given, we need more support. We need more contributions. So far, the people that have received bail have been given bail at 500,000 to about 5 million. That means we are working very blindly here. We can't give an estimate, but we do need a lot of that money. So please, if you have anything to spare, my pinned tweet has numbers that you can contribute to. We really need the help for bail, for medical aid, for visiting the guys that are in prison. We need all the help that we can get. The second announcement is about sureties. We need a lot of people to stand for sureties too. Every person that has been put in prison needs 2 to 3 sureties. So if you can make it, you just need to get an LC1 letter, introduction letter, and your national ID. Please come through for us. This fight is not for just the people that were arrested or on the street. It's for all of us. We understand not everyone may be able to step on the street. However, you can contribute in every possible way that you can. It could be through a tweet, through financial contribution, through being a surety. Please come through for us. The bail hearings start tomorrow and probably stretch up to about 16th of August or so. That is all I had to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mutuzo. Let's have Judith had. Judith,
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Morgan, for having me. Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. President. I'm going to use Luganda. Njagala okweyanza President waffe Robert Chagulanyi n'okweyanza bannayuganda mwenna n'okweyanza mwenna abali mu fight against corruption. Tubadde Mr. President abadde ayogera n'enzijukira during the pandemic. I did a community reach out after I had been approached by a very old lady nga angamba omwana we ow'emyaka 13 bamurepinga. That was the time nga tuyina babayitanga LD something
LDU.
nga beba LDU nga omu ku ba LDU yarepinze omwana wa mukade nga ali lubuto. So I took upon that case nengezaako okulwana ne tulwana ne tugenda ne mu kooti e Makindye. And the funny part is ne batuwa date y'okugenda mu kooti. So we go to this to the date ne tugenda Makindye. Surprise, funny enough ne batugamba we are very sorry omusibe tebasobodde omuleeta kubanga tebalina mafuta. Bwe muba mulina ssente tubadde tuteesa muleete ssente z'amafuta omusibe wammwe basobole okufuna amafuta bamuleete. So when we're just talking about hospital, I remembered that this is also some places that corruption is affected. And njagala kweyanza Bobby Wine because this is the moment I've been praying for. I've prayed for the day that you will come out and speak. And we all listen to you. I have been inspired by you, and you pushed me to standing up for what's right and for the people. And ekirala mbadde njagala okwogera ku bakyala. Tuyina abakyala bangi mu ggwanga ab'amaanyi, tuyina abayimbi bangi ab'amaanyi. Ffena tuli bazadde, abaana baffe balwala ne tugenda mu ddwaliro. We face a lot of problems bwe tugenda mu ddwaliro, but some of us are lucky that twakola manya. Of course still obeera olina okusasula extra, naye kinumye nnyo okulaba nga mu bakyala bonna ab'amaanyi be tulina mu Uganda tewali n'omu eyavuddeyo okwogerera okwongerako eddoboozi lye okuggyako Azawi gwe twakalaba juzi. Omwana omuto yali mu kwogera, omwana atalina na baana naye atanaba kuzaala naye nga bonabona abazaddeko abakyala abayimbi ba Irene Namatovu, ba Juliana Kanyomozi, ba Banji Bastesha Mayanja, chosen Becky, who is actually pregnant right now, and I'm wondering whether she's actually going to be flown out of the country, or of course, she's Miyimbia Jakusasula, but it's very sad that none of these people has actually come out to support the youth or use their voices. So yeah, obubaka bwe mbadde njagala okusubmittinga nga neeyongera ate okweyanza Mr. President, neeyongera okweyanza Apass. ate n'ekirala tuyina mugezeeko n'aboogera ennimi endala muveeyo mwogere oluzungu lungi nnyo naye nga kyonna kye muli mukola. Thank you so much and thank you Mr. President. I'm sure this coming week is going to be a win-win-win. I was waiting for your voice. Thank you so much. Thank you Dr. Morgan. Thank you the good girl. Thank you Uganda. May God bless you all. I submit.
Thank you, Judith. We shall have two speakers, then we have the closing remarks from the president, and we call it a day. We need to, let's get to women. Bear with me. My co-hosts are having troubles with the internet, so I have to do all the work by myself. Big Bumper, uh, you have a question for the president, please. Big Bumper. Oh.
Everything
This
around.
has been, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, Mariam, I want to thank first of all the president. He's my president. I want to thank you for coming up and showing up. You've really given us the support. We appreciate. Um, I would like to say, and also I want to thank you for opening up a NUP school, a leadership training school. And I would suggest if in any time there is a time to come, any person that you're gonna give a card or to be a candidate for your party, I just pray that these people first go through that school and get some leadership skills. Not everyone coming out from the blue that I want this card. Nenga talinamu any quality of leadership. Right now I'm also pursuing a course in Nairobi, a leadership skill, leadership whatever. But I think according to what I've been studying and the knowledge that I've been acquiring from different conferences, different seminars that I've been attending, being touched by different professionals of all different levels worldwide, I think we need people to be trained to have some skills. Because if you're trained through the right people, and you come to lead your people with some persona in you, because everyone has a story that brings you into power, a story that you have to relate with to come and act on behalf of your people. But if you're not trained and you don't have certain skills, I think that's why most leaders are making mistakes. Most people are making mistakes. They are monkeys that you come into power. You're the MP of some area, you're an MP of whatever, you obakwadde obwa speaker, naye tosobola kubeeramu n'ako kabuntu. That humanity in you n'ogamba abantu gye nva gye najja okukulembera. Bwe ntwala ssente zino nze ne nzeeguliramu Range Rover ne Baby Maago. You know, what are my people going to say back there? Nenzigulamu generator 500 million shillings is
Conclude.
a lot of money. And also, I would say corruption. Corruption is the end of everything. I was having a class today with some experts as we were talking about corruption, but I related it that corruption is violating, is I can relate it to as human rights. Because in whatever way you do your corruption, boria sente zengudo.
We shall have the last question from Mugisha, then we'll close. Mugisha?
Okay, thank you very much, everyone who is here. I thank you, His Excellency Bobby Wine, Judith Hard, Apass, and everyone who is here. And in your way, the first thing I would say is that I will ask the president is, you're an icon, regardless being a president of the National Unity Platform. You have been inspiring young people from the ghettos way back. As a father, as a Ugandan, as a loving citizen of Uganda, how best can you lend our voices to call out the ghetto youths, these ghetto youths down in the ghetto, because they believe in you, they listen to you. We've tried to engage them, but they say, President Itanaba Kubako Chayogera, this is not politicizing it. That's why I said, as a father, as a person who loves his country, As someone I know from way back, when you're still in the ghettos, elevating the lives of people in the ghettos before becoming a politician, how best can you lend us your voice to call out these young ghettos? Nowaga mwana mukimanyi nti nenguze tuyisaamu eggaali tuyinza tutya okwebereramu, so that they can all come and join us, especially on Wednesday and days to come, so that we can make our voices heard. And lastly, ninyenda kugambira abantu bambarra bali aha, twena tetuli gye pulezidenti abiralimba rro kwemureebera ebintu tibirungi, nitwe amarwariro tugiine, turi kubi munonga, abakiikuru bari kubi, ensi yoona eri kubi, kyonka ogwo omushaija ari omu bukurembeze naatubiiha ngu itwe nitwe abari omu kintu atukozesa nka pawns. Twine kwiguka obwongo bwitu tukamanya ngu ihanga n'eryaitu twena abanyankore abarikuruga kakoba ntunga mu burahamwe, eryihanga n'eryaitu twena buri omwe aryineho omugabo, kyonka twahunama ubwo omushaija naaza kugyenda aturekere amabanja mukareeba ebya Congo bakiibaza gold na timber, kyonka nitwe abarikuza kushashura ezi sente zikaza n'omu budget. Ekyo nikikworeka ki? Emihanda egirikugyenda omu kyaro wanyu giri kubi, buri omwe neyeryarya. Twine kwimuka tukamanya ngu abanyankore nitwe twine kwimukiramu tukekwatanisa tukahindura ihanga ryaitu. With that small, I would love to thank you, Mr. President, for the opportunity. And lastly, if you allow me to make it two questions, how best can the diaspora people join into this movement? Because a lot of people are saying, "Abo bali Bulaya eyo beeyagala batudde bulungi." But how best can we get a notch of them joining in and, putting their voices onto the voices of Ugandans back home, like how we saw the Kenyan brothers. They went on streets, they went in solidarity with those in Uganda. So those are my two questions, and thank you very much, Mr. President. Back to you.
Thank you, everyone. Mr. President, I'll request you to take on the last two questions and your closing remarks so that we can call it a day. Mr. President, please, you're muted. The President seems to be having network connections. Mr. President, can you unmute, try to unmute and get back to us? Well, as we try to get the President, we want to encourage everyone. Tomorrow, the program of our week, this beginning week, runs as Mr. President, are you with us? On Monday, we shall be in court to stand surety for our comrades that have been in prison, but also be having online protest. On Tuesday, we shall be doing the same thing. And to every Ugandan out there, we are going out to demonstrate on Wednesday peacefully in an orderly manner. So come out, put on that black t-shirt, come with the Ugandan flag, come with a placard, put your message that you want Ugandans to hear, put it on a placard and come out with it. President, can you get back to us now?
I think he's off.
Oh, Aiden, we've lost the president.
Yeah,
Let's have Precious.
we have lost him.
All right. Precious. Let's have Precious. Precious. Precious, are you there?
Network issues.
Okay, I think we're having network issues. We shall have Remy to say something, then we close the space. Remy,
Hey, Morgan. I have a question for Honorable Chagulanyi, so I just want to make sure he's on.
we
It's not
actually lost the
commentary,
president.
so if he's not around, then it doesn't help for me to speak.
Okay, we lost the president to network issues. Thank you, everyone, for. Yes, Precious, I can hear you. Before that, we're calling for anybody that can support our protest financially. We need posters, we need handbills. If you can, make them. Each poster goes for 50. You can contribute towards this and, get back to us. We can pick them from anywhere. Thank you for listening to us. The president seems to be back. Let's
Yeah.
have the
Can
president
you
talk.
hear me now?
Yes, Mr. President.
Perfect. I'm very glad you could hear me. I'm sorry my network keeps jumping on and off. A brother, I know we're running out of time, but I'll be brief. A brother was asking me to do everything that I can, and I agree with you. I'll do everything that I can. But I want to quote the noble words of Barack Obama when he was running for the first time. He was the first African, and he seemed the embodiment of all hope. But he said to his voters that I'm not asking you to believe in my ability to change things, but I'm asking you to believe in yours. The same thing I'm telling young people, don't just believe in me calling out people, but believe in your ability to convince people, because you can best explain to your age mates. Guys, some of you here are 10, 15 years younger than me. So you are in the thick of things. Your generation mates hear you even much more intimately than they hear from me. So speak to them. Let us speak to each other's heart. Um, I continue to encourage citizens, even those that are silent, to be in support. Those that are helping legally, those that are helping monetarily and otherwise. Those in the diaspora, those that are physically present in court, and those that are protesting. Please keep going. It is not about one person; it's about many people. So let's do this together. Believe in it. It works and it will work. Finally, I want to encourage you, comrades. Many of you might be frustrated. You don't see huge numbers on the first or second or even third or fourth or fifth day. Keep going. Keep going for as long as you don't stop. Keep going. When they tear gas, you keep going. They imprison you, you come out. Keep going. This is the most powerful thing that this regime has ever dealt with, because you are non-violent. Stay non-violent. Don't allow anybody to abuse your noble cause. Don't allow anybody to come and divert these criminals and the like. I know the regime will also try to plant criminals among you so that they can get justification. They'll plant thieves to steal people's merchandise, and then they'll say, now the riots have turned violent. Don't be hoodwinked into that. Be on the lookout. Some of you should be protesting while others are on the look for criminals. Most importantly, do not stop. We are at the turning point of history. One of the two has to win. Either corruption wins or morality wins. There's no middle ground. This is a face-to-face fight with corruption. You see, corruption has guns. Corruption has the courts of law. You've seen the wife of this man, Don Wanyama, is a judge. So she, I'm told, is one of the judges that were just, sending people to jail to deter you from further protests. No wonder the husband is leading a national newspaper that was reduced to a